Are you ready to make a genuine, intentional change? Welcome to the Magic is Messy podcast. Sisters and misters, witches and wizards, freaks, geeks, and mega rad peeps, welcome back to the Magic is Messy podcast. I am host 1 of 2. My name is Kitty D. Host 2 of 2.
It's Ace.
Across from me. There you go. See? Hell yeah, it's me, Ace. That's the tag.
It is.
Yep.
Hell yeah, it's me, Ace.
Right, like, my name is Kitty D, and 2 out of 2, it's me, Ace. Or something like that,
Okay,
right?
I like it.
We're still choreographing it.
We're still workshopping it.
We're still ironing out the kink links. Either way, welcome back to all of our super rad, awesome fans on the airwaves. We appreciate your time, your energy, your vibes. Thanks for joining this frequency. Chickadees, oowies, oowies. Now, Ace, you and I discussed, we've had some rad what the fuck episodes about energetic hygiene.
Yes.
And as you and I were kind of discussing, what the fuck do we want to talk about right now, as it pertains to right now in our lives? If we're right here, right now. Who sings it?
The words. I forgot.
No, it's Jesus Jones, yo.
Jesus Jones?
Yep.
There
is no
Jones?
other place I'd rather be.
I know the song, but I know the song. I can sing it, but like I even can hear the little drum fill with it.
You know it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But
So if we're right here, right now, what did we want to discuss, or what are we feeling? What did we want to talk about? And what came up for both of us? And what's great is I had an idea, but I asked your input to see how we were reflecting, which was totally on per use.
Of course it is.
Per use.
Yes.
Such a great reflector. Thank you so much, Ace, for your gift.
Absolutely.
We started discussing when we started learning more about energetic hygiene and what it can do for you and how it can affect you and in what ways can you bring it into your life. Mm-hmm. I think we both understood and were excited with the results or the effects of paying much more attention to our own energy and cleaning it and clearing it and completing loops.
Yeah.
So what are you going through? Because I know I'm downloading Clarity like a motherfucker.
I love that. Isn't that fun? It's fun but jarring. Isn't it?
It is. I was quite taken aback, if you will. I was knocked on me arse.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Your energetic arse?
My energetic arse. Correct.
Remember in the last episode we talked about an energetic ass?
Did we? Yes, we did. We said it quite a few times.
Well, we said there was a donkey.
Oh, the energetic ass. Well, I have been knocked on my donkey, if you will.
I've been knocked on the donkey.
Yeah, and I definitely have gained more clarity, much more intense downloads, like understandings that are like, what?
Yeah.
Like, aha, take on me.
Yes.
Totally. You know what I'm talking about. Take on me.
Take me.
Oh, reach the note, girl. I'll be good. No.
I don't know the word, though.
In a day or two.
Okay.
I did it.
Okay, vocal lesson for the day over. Okay.
We did it. But the aha moments are coming in droves. Like, boom, pew, 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 left hook, right hook, and boom, and fucking uppercut.
Yeah.
And it's the best feeling and the most gross, icky.
It feels like sucker punches to the face all day long. And guts.
And landing on my donkey over and over and over again.
Yes.
But also within that clarity, the cycles that I know I'm stuck in that might not even be my cycles, right? You brought up to me that we spoke a lot about energetic leaks last time.
Yeah.
Have you been noticing energetic leaks as you're consciously, intentionally taking care of your own energy, being much more conscious of where you're putting it? What energetic leaks have you been noticing? Or what results have been coming to you?
Well, first of all,
what's going on?
And I said, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So here's what thank you and welcome and good morning on a Monday.
I know we
missed
flew
that
right
word.
into
Yeah,
that.
that's okay. No.
You
Here's what actually I've been
flew in our
noticing. Like,
broomsticks.
okay, so one of the things so as I've been doing this podcast with you and we've been, creating this collective and dreaming and workshopping.
Oh, it's become so much more different and badass.
It has been so much fun. As we've been doing this, and then plus I have 3 teenagers with special needs, and one of them was just in a
funk puddle?
Yeah, this one, they're all in funk puddles
Okay.
and stuff. So going through all of those things and the music stuff and the business stuff and all that stuff, I will be honest with you, my full intention and attention to this practice of energetic hygiene has been something that has been like, oh yeah, I got to do that.
Oh,
okay.
Ooh, okay. You're not alone. You're not alone in that.
But,
Guaranteed.
and let me tell you, it's happening anyway. So what I've been practicing during this time is just when I feel the knock or I feel a pull or I feel some kind of place where my energetic hygiene has been breached, I instead of doing something about it or instead of like responding in the way I used to respond, I've been stopping and just going, okay, whoa, and just like observing it. If that makes sense.
It makes total sense.
So and that feels to me really like I'm a doer and I'm a shaker. When I see a problem, I like, what's the solution? Like who do I reach out to? Who's the expert of this? And that's just how I've always
You're a
been.
connector. You're a community builder as well.
And
Absolutely.
a manifester. And and I know that is my natural way of being. And so it has been a very huge challenge for me to, as these things come up, to in the middle of like how do you do it? There you go. As I've been doing
I liked yours though. Yours is like a nice little snare on the hi-hat.
Don't give me drumsticks.
Oh, I'm putting that on I'm making you put that down on a record.
Okay.
Yeah. I love it.
Anyway, because of that situation, I'm always living in the rhythm of my life, and this has made me like record scratch, and I've been allowing that record scratch, which is so uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable and it's new for you to allow that.
Huge new.
Okay.
Because it's always been like, oh shit, there's an arrow in my back. How do we get it out? How do we do this? Okay. Right? And it's like, okay, no, let's observe the arrow. And it's like, but it's really uncomfortable. I don't want to. And so my challenge has been to stop and go, that's interesting. Not even judge it. That's been really a huge challenge. To go, boy, I've been on this dance before.
No Judy tunes?
No Judy tunes.
Oh, not judging. Okay.
So that has been that for me. So in essence, I was hoping that becoming more aware of my energy leaks, and because of those things, I would be like, now that I'm aware, that I think that I was going to be like, I can't wait to fix all my energy leaks.
Oh,
I can't wait to put my finger in the dam, so to speak. In the holes in the dam.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can't wait to get that shit done because I'm ready to fucking move on from that shit.
I can't wait to patch up these holes so I can take all that energy and go boom, shakalaka, shaka.
Have me some spackle, bitch.
Okay. You're going to caulk it? You're going to caulk it.
I wanted to caulk it all.
I understand.
I wanted to pull up my cock and do it.
All right. Sexual innuendos?
For a Monday morning.
Always on a moon day. I know, it's hot. You raised the temperature.
Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to patch all the holes and I wanted to move forward, but I'm noticing that sitting in the discomfort or the dissonance of the frequency of those energy leaks has been the challenge for me, is to sit in them and go, okay, because as soon as I'm like, here comes the dissonant part, okay, let's go fix it. And now it's about sitting in it.
Here's a question I have. Are dissonance and resonance opposites?
I think so.
Are they?
Because
either you're resonating and feeling it, or you're dissonant and not feeling it and ignoring it.
Dissonant is like in music. I think about it in terms of music.
Oh, talk dirty to me.
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna be singing a D, right, and then somebody sings an F next to you, that's not gonna work because those notes are right next to each other. So it's gonna be like there's gonna be a little reverberation in the air.
Sure.
And, when there's dissonance, like a lot of times you might hear it in music where the singer, and again, we're singers, so this is how we experience music, but this might be a situation where we sorry, I got lost for a second.
No, it's great.
One of these things, like, you might hear it in music where the singer sings something and then they resolve it. So they'll sing something.
I know the resolve, the turn.
Yeah, they turn to make it match. Or
Absolutely.
to make it make sense.
Yep.
And so
I was just working on that on Tuesday. I'm like, what's the turn? What is the turn?
Like, I want to move to the next note. But what we need to do is live in that. What I've been practicing is sitting in the dissonance. And with all of the shit that I have going on in my life, sitting in the dissonance is the only way that it's catching my attention in a new way. Does that make sense?
Shut the front. Absolutely. It's almost like you put words to a feeling right there, right? Like I just understood for the first time in this moment that dissonance and resonance are working with or against each other in the way. So I just looked it up, right? Resonance and dissonance do represent opposite states of harmony. So the fact that you just put it to music for me is like,
Well, and that's what...
sha la 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 la, I understand. Resonance signifies, and we've already been talking about this with Rachel, the alignment, right? The coherence, depth of something, understanding of something, feeling of something. You are really on that frequency and jamming with that vibration. Whereas dissonance is a clashing or a tension or a harshness that you just told me that you're finally potentially paying attention to. Right? Like I said in the last episode quite a few times, intentionally taking back your attention. So when you pull it from things that are obviously leaking, you are more apt to and being given more space to put that energy into figuring out why is this harsh and why is it filled with tension. So instead of fixing it, you said observing. You are looking at it instead
sitting
of
in it.
simmering in the shit. Literally shit.
And it's not comfortable. It's awkward and it makes my brain goes crazy. My brain becomes a pinball machine.
Going off the rails on a crazy brain. Yeah.
Like, no, but it's like I was gonna bust out Pinball Wizard.
Okay, sure.
It's a pinball
same.
Wizard. Yeah.
Same vibe.
And that's what my brain is like, becomes a pinball machine, and I've been noticing that, but I've been just letting it pinball. Because normally it's like, how do we stop this? How do we stop all of this mental pinball machine behavior so that I can fix this dissonance that's happening?
Damn.
And I am a fixer, and I know you're a fixer.
Totally.
There's a lot of people out here.
I think that's a mothering, nurturing energy.
It is, and
honestly.
I also think that when
it's a disjointed mothering energy, right? Like we're trying to do it all by ourselves instead of following the matriarchal web way where communities of women take care of things together and work in unison and coherence. And so what I'm seeing is this pendulum swing of, okay, I know my energy's leaking and I know I'm a fixer, and now it's coming to this place where it's like, oh, damn, I don't want to fix anything. I'm just sitting in it, because that's going to bring us to our neutrality of, I know my boundaries and I know who I am. I know what I can bring. I know my worth, and it doesn't mean I need to spend it on whatever this cycle is or this leak is. Now I just want to look at it for exactly what it is and see how I have been allowing myself to be in that cycle, in that repetitive.
That sounds like a very dark.
That is a dark one. That's the one I'm dealing with. That's the movie I'm watching right now. Like, bum bum bum.
Like, don't go in that door.
Exactly.
Don't
turn around.
Yeah.
Cause you're gonna see my heart breaking. Anyway, back to you are really simmering with the dissonance.
Because and I don't know why this came up, but I believe that this was the next, if you will, doorway to healing this part of me.
Absolutely.
Because I've always done the one thing. I've always responded as a fixer. Okay, we're aware of it now. Okay, well, let's go to the expert. Let's download whatthefuckdoido.com, and like that's where the
Is that real?
I feel like
that would be so dope and not dope at the same time. Go ahead.
But like that's what I always access, that brain page of what the fuck do I do next, and who do I need to call and ask for help to get through this problem.
Absolutely.
And now I'm just sitting and listening to the in this issue. Yeah. And what I'm finding is that sometimes I get a new download that I never got before if I sit in it, or it just fucking passes, dude. And it's not for me. It's not for me to fix.
Ooh.
I just sat in the dissonance and let it dissonate.
Is that a word?
I don't know, but I'm making it up. I'm dissonant. I almost said disresonance when I hesitated, and then I went, no, it's dissonance. That's the word. So
got it.
So when you said, remember when you were like,
so you dissonate.
I disresonated.
Disresonated. You dissonate.
Okay,
okay. All right.
Yes. So so I'm finding that when I do that, and again, I did not do that intentionally, listener. I did that because I'm exhausted and I don't have the energy.
But damn, you tripped on a really cool way.
I did accidentally.
Sure.
And that's why I'm like saying, like, in this process, like, sometimes people are like, I don't have the energy to like work on my energetic hygiene. Same, dude. Same. Because if we're leaking and bleeding out, we don't have the energy to be like, okay, how do I fix all these wounds?
But this isn't outward energy going out, because I think that's what exhausts us even more, is when we realize where we're leaking, we want to fix it, which is like, fuck, that's going to take a lot of my outward energy.
Yes.
When what you're doing is you're noticing a leak and you're letting it just sit inside. You're not doing anything to fix it. You're not going out and calling the call tree or the whatthefuck.com. Mm-hmm. You know, you're not doing what you always potentially used to do. And I'm kind of sitting in the same, I remember speaking about a movie that I keep replaying with one of my parents. And every single time this movie comes up, I try to come at the situation in a different way. Mm-hmm. But it's outward. Yeah. It's, well, maybe I need to come at it with more compassion and more empathy, or maybe I just need to try harder, or maybe I need to give more of my time, or give more of my energy, or provide opportunities for them, or enable them, or something, give them money, give them whatever. Mm-hmm. And now what you pretty much said was, okay, well, you've tried all those facets. Kind of like we were discussing, it's kind of like the hanged one in tarot, where the hanged one is just a state of suspended animation. So you can see the situation from every angle, every perspective, every facet. So then you can choose the one which intuitively feels good to you.
So you're saying the hanged one is basically this concept embodied in a
Absolutely.
Tarot card?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So lately, here's another thing I've been doing.
Being in the space between dissonance and resonance, and choosing which one is meant for you in that moment.
So it's so interesting that you say that, because lately I've been doing this thing with tarot. Now, listener, I just want you to know, like, I don't know fuck all about tarot. Kitty is teaching me. I'm learning as I pull cards. I still have to look at the little book and ask, and sometimes I even ask AI sometimes, and try to figure out what it means. But lately I've been pulling up a card that resonates with what I'm doing, and then I pull 2 cards to go with it. Like, you know, like I've been intentionally pulling, like last week it was the High Priestess I pulled.
Oh, I love her.
Because Rachel had said that she had seen some moon goddess energy. And so she said,
Artemis,
pull the
right?
she said Artemis. And so she said, pull the High Priestess. So then I pulled 2 cards in addition to that. And then that told the story of how...
Very nice.
So I've been very intentional about, like, if you will, sacrificing one of my tarot cards as, like, my own... As
the overarching, here's my energy, what do I need to know?
My intentions. Like, I have an intention tarot card, and then I have 2 cards that come with it to tell me the story about the thing I'm asking. So that has been really good for me as a beginner tarot card reader, to try to understand, like, like, I just love that.
So choose a major arcana or an archetype that you want to embody.
Yes.
And then choose 2 cards. So that's your intentional card.
Yes.
And then choose 2 cards by chance, or the deck wants to speak to you to tell you what you may need or what you may need to release.
Yes, exactly.
So doing that in this moment, if you're feeling like you said, the hanged one.
Yes.
Pull the hanged one.
Yep.
Look at that energy, read in on that energy, and then maybe one side is this perspective and one side is this perspective.
Ooh, okay.
Or something along those lines.
That.
Like this is the dissonant perspective and this is the resonant perspective.
Okay.
Or move in this way for yourself, move in this way to fall back into the trigger.
Yes.
That kind of idea.
Yes.
Does that connect?
Like,
look, that one.
Or maybe it might even be hanged one, and then it might be a question like, maybe it might be a question of like, where's the leak?
Oh, son of a bee sting.
Like, where's the leak and what do I do about it?
Sure.
Or do I do
What's my action step?
Yeah.
I'm all about action with tarot. You know that.
So it might be pull the hanged one, where's the leak?
What do I do about it? Yeah. Or and the action could be the hermit, which is chill with your bad self.
Nothing.
Right? Or it could be something that has only you in it.
Yeah.
And it could be nothing.
Like, to pull that card with intention of like, what do I need to recognize within myself during this? Now that I know what the leak is, what do I need to, how can I sit with it? As opposed to what do I do? Because that's what we always do, right? So maybe it's like, what do I need to learn to sit in this? What is the lesson in it?
There you go. Because action doesn't always mean go do something.
Right.
And action could be pulling back from and simmering in.
Right.
Depending on whatever it is that you're pulling.
True.
Right? Because in the tarot, all of the energies are taken care of. They all have their own space.
Right.
So I love that idea for a card read, and I'm going to probably do it when I get home.
Me
so
too.
Thank you so much.
And I'll be putting it on my altar.
I also
listener, please do that. And we would be so excited to hear if you have time to post in the comments on this podcast episode what you receive. Like, pull your hanged one, or your they also call the hanged man.
Hangman, yep.
Hangman. pull that card and then pull 2 cards with intention afterwards. Like, what do I need to learn from this? Where is the breach? And just see what comes up, you know? Worst case scenario, if you don't have tarot cards or you want to go on this practice, you can reach out to my girl.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
I'm your girl.
Yeah.
I'm the one you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
It's me.
It's me. I'm the problem.
But I also, hey, sing it, T. Sing it, T Swift.
I'm the problem, it's me.
And speaking of being the problem, like, I love that segue because I'm kind of realizing when I'm going through my don, right, for the umpteenth time, which this energy leak isn't mine, but I'm giving my energy to it out of comfort or a role that I know I'm potentially supposed to be playing in other people's lives. Roles that I know keep them comfortable and keep me small.
Ooh.
And it's unbelievably magnified. The more that I am taking control of and accountability for and responsibility for my energy and who I'm giving it to, where I'm giving it to, the more I am able to take myself out of a situation and see it for a bigger picture and literally hone in on where I've been playing small and where I've been allowing myself to fall into old versions of myself that I've been for my family instead of playing the game from who I am now.
Yeah.
And it's weird to have those containers where you act certain ways with certain people. Like, I can't tell you how much I crave the authenticity of being the exact same motherfucking virgin in every single aspect of my life.
You feel like you are?
I feel like I'm getting there. I feel like I'm finally learning my power to the point where I can begin having more boundaries. I can begin saying no. I can begin moving in places and doing things that aren't because of obligation and saying no to those things that I know are just not meant for me.
Right. By the way, listener, we are in my studio today at the salon in Minnesota, in my hair studio, and we're sitting on very squeaky chairs.
Is my chair squeaky?
Well, both of us keep adjusting, and it sounds like we're just blowing up the. We're farting away.
Well,
just nobody had beans yesterday. It smells fine in here.
It does. It actually smells like beautiful tea.
It does.
So yeah, squeaky chairs.
So squeaky chairs. If you hear a little.
But also,
that's because our chair is. It's my chair. It's my shoes. That's what.
It's my shoes squeaking.
It's my shoes. It's not.
I love that we can do these everywhere, though. We've done them in your dining room, my dining room. We have a podcast room potentially that we're working on. We've done these everywhere because it's not about the perfection of how it sounds, which the audio to me is very, very important.
Yeah. And
it's not going to ruin the message.
Right.
If it's a little bit echoey or a little bit whatever. So
I'm grateful
thanks.
for that.
I agree. I'm so grateful for the opportunity and the space to speak about these things and be able to interact with other people who potentially are going through the same shit.
And I'm also grateful for the listeners who give us so much grace. And maybe our sound isn't perfect, or maybe one of us is a little quieter than the other one. And I'm just grateful that the listeners continue to stick with us and, perfect sound stage aside, and we're just, that the information is going to break through no matter how echoey it is, so to speak. So thank you, listener.
And also on top of that, thank you for any feedback that you guys have, the people that reach out on the DMs and all that stuff. I really appreciate the time that you take to reach out and tell us how these episodes are making you feel or how you're also connecting with it, because it helps us realize that the things we're going through are not just ours to carry and to hold. Yeah. And that's another thing about the matriarchal web that I absolutely am hoping keeps growing as we grow. I see so many collectives popping up everywhere. It's not just ours, right? And also you and I discussed it, like 1 year witch coven, that gives it a parameter. Like it doesn't have to be just 1 year. Yeah. So we might break that open and just call it the messy collective coven because it's all about being messy, getting messy, feeling messy, sexy messy, sad messy, all the mess.
Yeah, and we're looking at starting that collective and really like buckling down and starting, if you will, some kind of structured, not program per se, but like some kind of practice in April, right?
When absolutely, tax day. Tax day is the first day.
Oh, tax day, okay.
Which is also apparently a fight the system day.
Stop.
Yeah, I saw it pop up on something where they're
can't every day be fight the system?
Yeah. Fight the system, rage against the machine day.
But it could be fight against the system birthday. Like today we are just intentional. Well, I like that. We can even start that on our first episode.
Well, either way, we
are fighting the system because
we're fighting the system because we are grabbing hands and coming into a collective that has changed into something that I feel is going to be a space where someone like you or me that has these heart gifts, that has these things that we know we're really good at, this space to bring them forward in supportive energy, where we can find our worth of what our heart gifts, the things we can do. I mean, singing, resume help, business working. Like I had all
Sound
of these
healing.
ideas. Like if you're a good listener and space holder, and you're really good at helping people to resonate and get themselves back. Yoga, people that are into yoga or into fitness, business coaches, artists, authors. I mean, I know Simona in Germany, she's like, I want to make an invitation for you. I want to digitally make an invitation as a gift for you. Please. Right? Like that's fantastic when someone has a heart gift.
Is Simona?
Simona.
Is she the one with Lilith?
She is.
Okay, I remembered.
She is. Right? Like, and tarot readers, if you're working on tarot, if you know human design, if you know astrology, if you know all of these things, if you're a storyteller, if you know how to lead meditations.
If you can talk to animals.
If you can, whatever, if you can talk to spirits or you can download things for other people. There are so many ways to share heart gifts and what you're good at. And it's not about putting money into something. It's about investing time, energy, effort, and love into something. And that's what this community has become. Kind of like a place to begin barters. Like, hey, you do this really well, I do this really well. Let's exchange energy and bring those communications and those connections back. Because that is what matriarchy is about. Is you have this strength, you have this strength. Let's work together. And it's not about competition. It's not about comparison. It takes a village. And this is just the village that the Messy Collective is creating. There are villages popping up all over the place, especially with Years of the Fire Horse and the New Moon Aquarius. Like, it is the perfect fucking time to plug into something that feels good, that resonates with you, that is bigger with you, bigger than you, that is going to create a bigger you.
Yes. And with that, creating a bigger you comes with stuff. There's stuff. There's going to be some resistance. There's going to be some dissonance. There's going to be some triggering.
Oh, fuck.
Is right.
Yep.
But I have to tell you, like, the more that I'm noticing that the more I clean up my energy, the more that I clean up my energy leaks, the more that I work on this stuff, the more I say no to things and the more I do things, the more I'm realizing that there's people around, like I lose people.
Yes. And you will.
That's hard.
But you're also gaining people.
Yes.
And I think that's a huge part of it too, where I'm more plugging into your and I's energy as a reflection, as a friendship, as a cohort, as a community. And I'm seeing where I'm leaking elsewhere.
Yes.
And we talk about resonance, we talk about vibration, not raising vibration, because like Rachel mentioned, that can be anxiety, that can be anger. But bringing your frequency to a more resonant, coherent space. And you're going, as you, and I do this visual all the time with people I talk to, I put one hand vibrating above and one hand vibrating below. And either you keep your frequency at coherent and resonant, and then the dissonant ones are going to naturally fall away, or you're going to bring yourself back down to dissonance because that's uncomfort and that's your trigger and that's what you've always done. So if you're working on keeping yourself at that resonant, higher frequency, surrounding yourself with people who are also on that path / also working on that is going to make it less stingy, but also it's going to create a space where it's supported and it's encouraged and it's acknowledged.
I was gonna say, you're gonna feel seen in that environment.
100%.
And there are so many of us that want to feel seen, and there's so many of us that don't. And the people that don't are going to be the ones that will likely fall away. And that can be hard, because what if that's your husband? What if that's your mom? What if that's your boss? What if that's your best friend? That's hard. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily can't be in community with people who are on a lower frequency. It's how do I interact with them then?
Right.
What kind of boundaries
how do I keep
hold?
myself authentic instead of filling a role that I know they need me to be to keep them comfortable?
That's right.
Ugh. Yeah, gross. And on top of that, and I know we talk about this Coven often, we have an intro to it. We're doing a Pathworking Wednesday, the 25th, so that's coming up super soon. It is pay what you can. And that's another thing about this Coven, the collective Coven, is it is also pay what you can. In the sense of, right, $111 worth of energy is everyone's intentional, what they're giving to it.
Yep.
Now, that $111 doesn't have to be all money.
Yes.
Can it be? Sure. Your maximum input payment is $111 because that's the equality energy we're all going to be putting into it.
Yep.
And say, sister, that you're like, like 33, 22, I can swing that right now. And the rest of it, you give in heart gift.
Yep.
You show up and you run a book club, or you run a one-on-one co-working, or you show up and you give us a live yoga sequence, or sing us good morning, whatever it may be. That's what I would love for this to become. And that's what I know it's going to become with conviction. Yes. It is going to become like, it's not about leaders. It's all about love. I want you to think no gurus. It's just going to be a gaggle of girl guides. Yes. Guiding each other.
Yes.
Because we're all on the same path. Some of us have different lanterns. Some of us are like, that's a big fucking pothole. Watch out for that.
Yeah.
You're going to want to go up this ladder. Like, we're working together on the same path, but we've all gotten here in different ways.
Yeah.
And allowing yourself to plug into something that is going to guide you and help you to thrive.
And again, and to be a support system for those people, like we get, in a collective, I can imagine us one day, I'd be like, okay, you guys, Kathy fell down. Let's all pick up Kathy. We need to help Kathy out. Like, tell Kathy how beautiful she is and what she needs to do. Let's exhort. That's another one of my gifts, is exhortation. That's what I was told in the church, which I appreciate, that was given that gift, and then giving the words of that gift. So the encouragement piece. So encouraging one another, providing space for listening, reflection, all of that stuff.
Sharing your experience is a heart gift.
Yes.
Because some of us have been through some deep, deep work. And some of us still crave deep, deep work.
And this type of a situation is going to be different than like your best girlfriends. So you might be going, yeah, but I have best girlfriends. I have two great sisters. I have, my husband's a great listener.
But I'll tell you what, they're biased.
That's right.
Right. So when you're flying down and you're like, blah, 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 and this is going on, they're immediately seeing old versions of you because they know you. They're immediately seeing versions of what you've gone through already. So 100%.
They're part of the dance. They're part of the cycle that you've created for yourself. So they might not go, hey man, there's that fucking pothole. Like, here's what I see. I love you and I see this. They might not be able to do that because they've known you as long as they have. So while having great girlfriends to go to the cabin with and have girls' weekend and get drunk and do all that fun stuff, that is so wonderful and healing to our soul and psyche. And that,
and so are people that haven't known you forever and ever and ever today.
Who can reflect and who can share and who can witness your heart, or even give you some feedback and like, here, this is what we see. Can your girlfriends from high school say the same? Probably not.
Right. Right. Totally.
So that being said, this, again, this is an offering an offering, if you will, of people to create that collective of like, how are we going to grow? How are we going to move through this? Are you stuck? Then like, let's unstick you.
Well, and I know it's not going to be for everyone. So I want to bring that up too. When some people feel like they're just like, nope, that doesn't sound for me. Awesome. Yep. It's not for everyone. And I'm totally okay with that.
Of course.
And that's the thing. It's an application process, because it's almost like we have to provide permission for each other. We have to find out that we vibe together. Right. And that's why I know that this coven is going to be people I know that I vibe and thrive with, that I feel safe and seen, and that I know before they come into this space. And it's like, oh, Melissa's bringing in blank. Well, I trust that blank is also going to be on the same wavelength because I trust Melissa. And it's going to spread by word of mouth, not by sponsoring it on Instagram.
Yes.
Or what have you. Yeah. It's going to come together from people being like, oh man, I also know someone who would really fit into this well and really needs this and would be a great contributor to this vibration and energy, because you are investing. Yes. Because there's going to eventually be meetings that we have every year, like magically messy meetups, where we come together and we have like a summit, and we have those moments where we all can cohesively bond again.
Wouldn't it be cool to have like a progressive summit? You know how back in the day they used to have progressive dinners? Have you ever heard of those before?
Tell me more.
Okay, so progressive dinner, so I used to live in in a neighborhood in White Bear Lake, okay? And they used to, every year in Christmas, they used to do a progressive dinner.
Cute.
And progressive dinners were like, I remember my parents would get all dressed up and they'd walk down the street to the neighbor's house and have like appetizers there.
Sure.
And then,
I've heard of this. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after the appetizers, they'd walk to the next person's house and they'd have the first course there, and then the next, or whatever, and
Sure.
then we keep going like drinks, and then this, and then that, and then
Wouldn't that
this.
be fun to create something like that?
Yes,
I love
wouldn't
it.
it be cool to have like a pool, like at my house we could do like a pool, like Minnesota people, of course. We could do like a pool summit. Like one day could be like the water. Ooh.
But I also see this as virtual too.
Yeah, for sure.
Where it's like, okay, well, we're paying attention to blank's living room,
Yes.
and they're gonna take us into a meditation, and then
Yes.
we're gonna go to blank's living room over here, and they're going to lead us
Love
through,
it.
the embodiment of the yoga of what we just did.
Yes.
Like that kind of a vibration too.
Yes.
We can also have an in-person summit. Welcome to Minnesota. Come here. The revolution is happening here. Prince always knew it. Let's roll.
Yeah,
yep.
let's go.
Let's roll.
We
Let's go crazy.
We can go to
Let's get
we can go
nuts.
to that. Rachel told me about this beautiful mystical place where like the St. Croix, I think it is, or maybe it's the Minnesota River and Mississippi River connect.
Ooh.
And apparently it's like a spiritual convergence.
The crossroads of water?
Yes. What happens
That sounds
there?
brilliant.
What should we do?
I'm all about it.
Let's get naked and jump in the water. I'm sure no one will.
No, I only do
us.
that and only cleanse in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Oh, you do?
And if you get that reference, you are my people, you are my people, you are my people. But back to it.
But just make sure it's the right lake.
It is. It has to be the right lake. That ain't Lake Minnetonka. I want to bring back this boundary idea, right? Before we got onto this episode, we had no structure, which is quite unnerving / a little anxiety, a little nervousness. And I'm allowing it because I know that when we download and we freeball,
Yeah.
we
Free ball.
freeballing. Exactly. And I'm free. When we freeball, it just creates a portal that I wasn't planning on and that I'm allowing and excited for. So when it comes to this messy collective coven, right? It's not even about spending 1 year being a woman intentionally taking care of herself, where that's going to be a part of it. We're doing pathworkings for every single new moon. They build on one another. You are building your inner world, and it's going to change something. Who knows what it is, but something is going to change. When you are a woman craving space, surrounded by experienced women that want to nurture, that want to give, that want to receive, that want to show their worthiness and show their gifts, and you are being held by a gaggle of girl guides, it creates a different vibration so that you can stand even more strongly in those boundaries because you know you have this support staff behind you.
Yes.
That's like, we got you, girl. It's cool. We're all sending you boomerangs, and those boomerangs hit you in your donkey.
Dude.
Hit you right in your energetic ass, and you're like, zoom, zoom with my bad ass.
That's what I'm saying.
And it creates, I've created communities before, and they were called POW, the power of we, because I knew that community was where change is created.
Yeah.
And I know that still to this day. So this one is like that one. That was all fitness based and, meal prep based. This one is that one on steroids because it's about energy. It's not even about magic.
Yeah.
It's not even about woo woo.
No.
It's about you.
Oh.
And the energy that you get to receive and get to put out and get to harness for what you want to use it for.
Yes.
So, boom.
Can I share a
That's what I got.
story of what happened, my pow, aha, zoom moment?
Tell me.
So I have to tell you, last week when we had our pathworking, which was so amazing, Katie, we did our first in the series of 2, the pathworkings for the
intro?
the 1 week witch.
Yep.
Okay, and we talked about a whole bunch of great stuff, and a couple of people showed up. And there was a couple people that actually came to my house. So we sat in the living. So if you get a chance to, is that live? No, you didn't.
It's
record
live.
it.
Well, I did record it, but there's another one this Wednesday.
Okay, yeah.
We're doing
so
the
next
exact same
Wednesday.
pathworking.
So what had happened last week is that normally we get on a Zoom and we all call from our own homes and we all do this and we participate in the pathworking. But it just so happened that Rachel, she lives not very far away from me. She lives like 2 miles from me.
The one that was doing the tuning forks.
Yeah, the tuning forks. You sort of
Bio
heard her
tuning.
on the last energetic episode, the last what the fuck episode. And she came over to my house and she actually brought a friend. So I had 2 people in my house while we were doing the pathworking last Wednesday, okay? So we were sitting there chilling, doing the thing. And my teenagers were downstairs. My daughters were downstairs hanging out, doing their thing, doing creepy teenager stuff in the basement like they do. And when the episode was over and we signed off, my girls came upstairs to say goodnight and brush their teeth and all this stuff, but they were like, we introduced them to the women that were in the house, and Rachel was there, and Crystal actually was there.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully she's listening. If she is, hey girl, hey. And we were hanging out, and as we were chatting, and we were like, I was chatting with Crystal about some of her stuff, and hopefully we can have her as a guest at some point.
Absolutely.
And we were talking, and I looked over my shoulder, I saw Rachel sitting on the floor with my daughters, like all three of them were sitting cross-legged, and of course Sansa was like right in the middle with her belly in the air, you know, and they were petting her and they were talking about stuff. And Crystal said, "Oh, you guys make masks, and I'll bring my mask stuff next week, and we can sit and do this." And you immediately, a female support collective was born for my daughters on the floor of my home.
Dang.
I did not expect that on a damn Wednesday. Nobody told me on a Wednesday my daughters was gonna make friends with some powerful women. Nobody told me. But it happened because I just opened up and let it happen. And it's weird. But it was such a cool moment that I'm like, if I open and let these things happen and these concepts happen, and if I have, you know, 2 people in my house on a Wednesday night, nobody wants to come home from work and be like, can't wait to have 1 million people at my house. Like I'm an introvert, okay? So I typically am like, I just want to like curl up inside myself like a damn snail and just be like, somebody send in some snacks, you know?
Snacks and naps, girl. Taurus right here. I understand.
So like, but we did the pathworking, which felt so good. And then to turn around and look over my shoulder and see my daughters being supported by women.
So that's almost like an instant gratification moment because 100%. And like I said, things change. You don't know what it's going to be, but something changes almost immediately for some people.
And for me, the wounds that I carry about the women in my past, my lineage, and the brokenness in my family, and the fracturing of the women in my family, I think I just had kind of been like, well, I guess my daughters are just kind of fucked as far as having a collective around them of women that they can look to and talk to that aren't me, right?
Right.
Aunties and grandmas, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And looking over and seeing aunties showing up for my daughters.
Sure.
It was such a healing moment to me.
Midnight margaritas?
But yeah, it was like a midnight margarita moment where we just all put everything down and sat on the floor and petted a dog and talked about masks and crafting. And it was so cool. And I saw my daughters just glowing, and everybody, it was just beautiful. It was such a healing moment for me as a mom.
And also your inner child.
Yeah, and my inner child.
Totally.
Having to walk the path that I just walked and feeling lonely, and it's a bit chilly on this walk, and then looking and seeing all these women, powerful women, showing up for my daughters. That's not something I expected to see on a fucking Wednesday.
Right.
Day. After a pathworking on top of it.
Well, there's so many times that I hear people, they're like, oh my God, I just don't have the energy to show up for this pathworking, but they do it anyway.
Yes.
Because they committed to themselves and the collective.
Yes.
And when you don't show up, it's like, hey, are you okay? Is everything fine? Like, you know that fucking call tree that we used to have back in the day? Right? Like, this is our call tree. Oh, fucking shit's going down. Gotta get the call tree out. And that's kind of what we're building. And I want to say the tree, because it is like, this is the roots, and it's going to get bigger and grow, and there's going to be this synergy and this energy that grows along with it and becomes, like I said earlier, its own animal, its own thriving, breathing being.
That should be like part of the like logo of the one.
Sure, I'm all about it. It's not even the 1 week witch anymore. It's just the messy collective.
It is.
Because I think, you know, putting it to 1 week or 1 year, it's been 1 week since you looked at me. Putting it to this time constraint really kind of made me sad, because I want it to be something that it expands so much that it becomes a natural part of what you have in your life and what you bring to other people's lives. Because these chapters are going to pop up everywhere, right? We have our Minneapolis chapter. There's going to be a chapter here, there, and we're all connecting these collectives, these dots, these cohorts, these covens. Because if we all collect together, and these covens that are being created, these communities are not going to be competing against one another, because they're all from the foundation of acknowledgement and being seen and creating a ripple that is bigger than themselves.
And listener, you have been sitting here listening to us talk about this, and we're so grateful. But I know names popped in your head. I know they did. And I challenge you to say, hey, let's show up for this quick 60-minute Zoom call on Wednesday. And I want to call my two friends, the two people who have not been able to stop thinking about during this podcast. And I want you to show up on Wednesday and pay what you can, however you want to show up, whatever. And like see, like just run that as an experiment. Just try it.
Just try it.
Because you'll be surprised at the magic that comes forward that you did not even expect. And you don't even have to work that hard for it. Like you just show the fuck up, dude.
Because like I said, people are exhausted and they still show up, and they leave feeling lighter,
everybody has been living on a cycle. Everybody's been living on a track. Everybody is bored. I know you're bored. If you're listening to this podcast, I know you're bored with your life. What if next Wednesday, this Wednesday, you changed it up? Just, why not? Whatever. Go sit in your car in the driveway. You don't even have to be around people. Like, you know, or you've been like, I've been meaning to send this to Debbie. I've been meaning to send this to Kathy. Get Debbie and Kathy at your house, man. Make some margaritas and have it up. Yeah. Let's do this magic.
Let's do this magic. Let's make a genuine intentional change. Right. Sucker.
Yeah, and maybe that's all you have the bandwidth for. Don't even wear a bra, you know?
And that's also something I want to talk about the bandwidth too, is when it comes to boundaries. And I want to kind of circle it back a little bit because we've got a couple minutes left. Your hour is very priceless to us listeners. Thanks for being here with us. Thanks for sharing, supporting, subscribing, all the jazz. What I want to say about the boundaries of that, like when you finally get a different bandwidth to create boundaries from, it really makes a big impact. It might seem like something small, but in the grand scheme of things, the more bandwidth you have, the better the boundaries are going to be. And that's what this space is created, is to create a higher bandwidth for you to plug into and get used to and be comfortable with, so that when you go out into the real world, when you go out and do the things that you've always done, you show up in a different way.
Yeah. And don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Oh, she said scared.
Don't be scared. It's gonna happen. What side do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the resonant side or do you want to be on the dissonant side? It's gonna happen.
Is it that simple?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen
because
anyway.
You know why I know it's that simple? Because I'm hardly trying.
And it's still working.
It's working, and I'm not.
So when you really try, like, I'm really trying, and I'm just like, whoa.
Okay.
This is really cool.
And I love that you're really trying, and I love that anybody who just is like, I'm all fucking in. I'm gonna wear my energetic hygiene T-shirt today. I'm doing this. And then there's people that are just like, I only have time to whisper intention into my coffee in the morning.
Absolutely, and
that's
great.
Either way, it's going to get it. You're either going to resonate or you're going to dissonate, and that's okay. Because you're going to be surrounded by a bunch of people that are doing the same thing.
Yeah. And it's what we're working with on the foundation of everything. You can look it up with science. You can look it up with magic. It's all energy. Yeah. We are bringing our energy back to ourselves to bring a bigger bandwidth for us to create more boundaries from. Yep. And that is going to bring you more energy. It's going to bring you more clarity. It's going to bring you more give a fucks, because a lot of us are out of them. Yep. A lot of us are out of the fucks. So let's get our fucks back too. Let's get our fucks in a row, our ducks in a row. Quack quack. Mm-hmm. Quack quack. Seat back.
And let's just see what there is to see, because it's gonna happen either way. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it scared. Let's do it scared.
Let's do it scared. We can do hard things.
We can.
Right?
Do hard things.
Is that Mel Robbins or Glennon Doyle, or it's somebody? But it's I literally say that to myself on a daily basis. I can do hard things. Yeah. And I do them, or I show up for them in a different way.
I say, I'm tired of doing hard things. I would like to do something easy, please.
Soft things. I want a soft thing.
I want a soft thing.
And that's a different vibration, and you're coming from it from a different perspective and trying something you haven't before.
Which is sitting in the dissonance, which is hard.
Witches, you said.
Witches.
That's what we're getting together. Witches, wizards.
Okay, so Wednesday, February 25th.
Correct.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. CST, chickadee.
How can they reach you to
you can go on to MagicisMessy.com, and there is a 1 week witch sign up. You literally put your email in. The Zoom information will be sent to you that morning. Boom shakalaka shaka khan. Or if you want to sign up and you're just hearing this at noon and you sign up right away, like, I look at the sign up sheet until about 5 minutes before we roll live.
Perfect.
So I will send it to whoever wants to join and jump and jam.
Perfect. I'm excited. I know the right people are
going to show up. And the Pathworking is called, I want to kind of tease a little bit. Yeah. The Pathworking is called, and Simona actually asked me this too on a thing. She's like, so do you do the Pathworkings, or do you like download them? Like, how does that work? Yeah. And my brain works like I just know a feeling that I want to create, and my brain will download the video game, will download the imagery, and then I get the names of it, and I know what we're doing, and I know what... It's so fucking cool. Yes. So this one, the name of it is called The Cave of Waves and Wonders.
The Cave of Waves and Wonders?
The Caves of Waves and Wonders, because in this cave, or in this hallway, I should say, you have access to every version of yourself, past, present, and future. Yes. So you can wave to them. Yeah. And a lot of the times when you go back to your past angsty teenager, or you go back to your little inner child, you wonder how the hell you got out of that alive. That's right. So you can wave to them, and you can wonder together, and you can bring new wonder into it. Like, that's the name of it. And we did a little short one.
We did. It was
I'm
so
psyched for a longer one.
Can I just tell you that everybody who participated in the one last week, their lives, they've reached back to me and said, you don't understand. Like, it shifted everything for me. And it was, 20 minutes long? The actual pathworking itself was 20 minutes long. Now, we got started a little late. Definitely won't be doing that this time. But we got started a little late, so it was a little bit shorter. But I have to tell you, even in just that short amount of time, people felt a difference and they saw a difference. And again, you could do the whole thing with your head down you could do the whole thing, just half asleep if you want, and you will get something from it. So please sign up. Please come. Do it. Get a gift
for you,
yourself.
not for us. Like, we're not begging you.
Right,
we're not desperate for you to sign up.
Yourself, because trust me, if you're as busy, ADHD, lazy as I am, I'm not lazy, but if I've got too much on my plate, you can dust a little corner of your plate off and put this on. It's just an hour. It's easy.
Just one little teeny
just
more.
Get a side plate. Yep. Put it on the side plate.
Get a side bay. Get a side bay. Let us be your side bay for Wednesday night on Wednesday.
Hey-o.
Side bay Wednesday. Oh shit.
We just started.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny because all of the Pathworkings are going to be Wednesdays. Wednesday night at 7 p.m. CST. Not every Wednesday, but that's when we do meet. That's when it is. So you can get that comfort and that resonance of when it's happening.
Yep.
And that's a structure that we can provide within the flow of this collective coven.
I love it.
So, sisters, misters, I know this was like we said, a little free ball of an episode. We just kind of wanted to bring it forward. What happens when you do work on your energy and your energetic hygiene, or when you're not really working at it at all, but still just conscious of it? It still works if you work it.
Yep, that's right.
So let us know how you're feeling when it comes to boundaries. Let us know what came up in the tarot reading or the tarot ritual that you were talking about, the spread with the hanged one, and just the simple, quick act of reaching out, letting us know that your energy is exchanging with our energy speaks volumes and means so very much. So I challenge you with love to just reach out. Let's connect. Let's talk. Let's intro with each other. Let's vibe, and let's jive. Let's thrive.
I love it.
Dig it?
Let's seal it.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and misters. We will see you very, very soon for the next moon. Ready? Go. Love you. Bye.